Hello everyone, this is Marg from Creative Stamping with Marg, and this is the instruction video for the Countdown to Christmas card kit number 1. Let's get started. You would have picked up your card kit from me, and in it would have been 4 envelopes. I'm going to start with the envelope that had the penguins in it and the square frames. So these are all the parts and pieces that you have inside. So we should have a basic white thick card base, a piece of DSP, a fancy edged Just Jade piece, a small label if you're doing any stamping, and the twine goes with that label, 3 frames cut out, 3 penguins, and you'll notice 2 of them have been cut out for you. They were actually punched out with the penguin punch. And then there's this fellow, and he needs to be fussy cut out. So you're going to have a little work to do on that one. 3 embossed trees and 2 separate embossed trees. Okay, so to get started, we can put our Just Jade edge piece onto our DSP. So I prefer liquid glue, but you can always use your glue runner for it if you like. And I'm going to do it on my silicone mat so I don't make a mess on my paper. You'll notice that this piece has been die cut, and you'll see a slight line on it. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but in person you can. And so I just put my glue on this piece just below that line. And I know that I'm going to put my DSP on top of it, and I'm going to put my DSP right to that line, and then I know it'll be straight. Like that. And you may need to trim your edge off. I see I've left a little extra here that I don't like, so I'm just going to trim it off with my scissors to make it even. All right. And then this piece gets attached right to the front of your card. So make sure your card's opening the right way. And I kind of liked it set over to the edge. So there's a little bit of white showing there and a little bit of white showing here. So you can just put your glue or glue runner, if you're using, all over it. And we'll attach it to the front of your card. So it goes on there like that. Just like that. Okay, then we're going to glue our penguins into their frames. So you're going to want to fussy cut this fellow out. And I just cut around him. You'll need sharp scissors for it. And I just try to stay outside of the edge a little bit, giving it a little bit of an edge on it. And I know it's kind of boring to watch me cut this out, but we'll do this quickly. I actually have one already cut out and glued in the frame I can show you. But that's basically how you do it. You just go around him, take your time. And I wasn't fancy with the pom-pom, I just went around it, and so on. Okay, so he looks like that. I'm going to show you one I've already got done, just to save time. There he is there, cut out, and he was placed inside the frame. And I've just glued him in. So I've got him done already. I'll show you how to do these fellows. Now I wanted them to be a little more interesting than straight up and down, so I sort of put them off to the sides. And you can play with them however you like. I thought I would put this fellow just the way he's cut. He's a little more difficult to work with because he's sort of, you've got to make sure that he fits in your frame. So what I did is I literally just put glue on the back of my frame from about there to about there. So you can even put a finger on it and then you'd know. So you're going to put glue on the back of your frame or glue runner if you have it. It's a little trickier with glue runner. And then put your penguin in, and then you're going to trim off the pieces that are sticking out. Just want to make sure he gets tucked in there like that. And you can see he's sticking out. So then I just go back and I take my sharp scissors and I trim off the pieces that are sticking out, just like that. Okay. All right. So he looks like that. And this fellow like that. And then this one, because they're going to go in a line like this, I thought, seeing I tipped that one that way to the left, I thought maybe I'll tip this little guy to the right. So you can have him however you want him, over to the right, or you can have him straight up and down. It's entirely up to you. I thought just to add some interest. So again, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on my frame where I think he's going to be, and then tuck him in here so that he's at a bit of an angle. I think that looks cute. And then again, you're going to have to cut off his excess pieces that are sticking out here. Like that. And like that. So he looks like, whoopsie. So he looks like that. Sticky fingers. All right. Now, placement. You can play around with this a little bit on your own card to see how you'd like it to be placed. I liked the fellow with the green hat in the middle. I thought he was interesting, but I didn't want them in a line. So I thought I would sort of, stagger them a little bit. You can put them in a line if you like, straight down in a line like that, spaced however you like them. But just so that you know what I'm doing with all of these. Now, again, if you're not stamping the tag, which I had included, if you're not stamping anything on it, if you're just leaving the front plain, you don't need to worry about this. Because I stamped a tag, and I'll show you the one I stamped. I just stamped it with the word Season's Greetings, and I tied my twine on it like that. I wanted it to come off of this fellow. So something like that. So I like him there. But I've also included the little trees for you. They're two separate trees, and they've been embossed in an embossing folder, the evergreen embossing folder, just to give them some interest. So I wanted the trees on here. So I thought, well, did I want one like that and one like that? So you can do it that way if you like. You can place you don't have to do them in a line. You can place them however you like them. And then if you move this guy over that way, then I would put the tree on the other side, just because of the green that's already there. And then leave him. And maybe you want to move this guy over here, like that. And put the tree there. So any way you'd like it. So I'll take the trees off. And I think what I would do is start with the middle one and put him on the way I want him. Now, if you're not using the tag, there's going to be no words, no stamping, then not to worry. But because I am going to use that, I'm going to put a little bit of glue. And again, you can use your glue runner. And I'm going to put glue on the back of the penguin and all along the frame so he sticks to my paper. Like that. All right. So I'm going to put him in the middle, or approximately, like that. Good. And then you can do the bottom one and the top one, same way. So glue on their heads, and glue on the frame. And I'm going to have that one there. And then I'm going to have this one here, the top. you just kind of want to make sure they're sort of straight with your DSP. There. That's what they look like there. Then I think because I put the top one so close to the green, I'm going to put his tree over here. So just a little glue on the tree or glue runner. I really do recommend this white glue. It is so much easier to use, especially for smaller pieces. And I know for those of you that have been with me for a while and have picked up my kits, I always suggest this. It's Tombow multi-liquid glue, and we can order it through Stampin' Up! For you. If anybody's interested in it. All right, so there's the front of our card. Really cute, just the way it is. If you wanted the tag and you were going to do some stamping, you can make an appointment with me and come and stamp. For this one, I think I would put this on with maybe with a dimensional. Kind of think I like the look of that. So I've already tied the twine on it that was in your kit. You got a strip of twine. If you aren't using the tag and you want to just tie the twine into a bow, you can do that too. That would look great. So I'm going to put my tag on. 2 dimensionals. That, and I'm going to have it coming off the edge of that frame like that. Perfect. All right, so that's our first card. The inside, because this is thick whisper white, I'm not including an extra white piece on the inside like I often do, but I did include these 3 trees, and they can be glued inside like that, and that would complete your card. So you can just apply glue to these trees and glue them right inside. There we go. Just like that. Perfect. So there's our first card. Now your second card is similar. I will put this here so we can see it. Off to the side. The second card that's the same sort of layout was the one that had circle frames in it. And it had other characters, but it's the same layout, but I thought it would be made the horizontal orientation. So you have all your bits and pieces in here. So I decided that I would like it to be sitting, opening this way instead of this way. So again, it's exactly the same layout as the last one. Your DSP, I've given you a strip for there, and these ones are in round frames, and I've fussy cut them out already. You're going to get them and they're not probably going to be fussy cut out. Some of them might be. These ones don't get punched out, so you have to fussy cut them. So they all go, there's the fox, he just gets glued into the frame. And like I said, you're just going to trim off your edges. And they will not fit in a row on here, I discovered. It's pretty tight. So they don't fit in a row. So they have to be staggered in some way. So you're going to have to stagger them somehow. They can be like that, or some other way like this, but they don't fit side by side. Okay. Anyway, they go in and you can do them sort of the way I did the penguin. I have them sort of hanging out, so the snowman can be hanging out like that. There's a little bird. I thought the bird looked really cute on the hand of the snowman. And there's your other penguin. Can go in there. And then I included 2 snowflakes that you can put on wherever you like. And there is another tag for this one. This one I've already stamped. And it's got a piece of twine. So you'll have a piece of twine and a tag if you want. And for the inside of this one, I will include another piece of DSP to go inside. All right. So that's that one. It goes on exactly the same way as the other card. However, the orientation is just different. One opens this way, and this one opens the other way. So those are those two. Good. And the other cards that you have are, they look like this. I'm going to put together this one. So in your envelope, you should have all these pieces. So your card base looks a little different. It's like this, but you'll have a piece of DSP that goes on the inside here. You'll have a piece of white that goes on the inside here. You have 2 pine branches. You'll have a label like that. You will have this pair of snowmen that are cut out and a piece of white that they get glued onto. You will have a piece of DSP that looks like this, and a piece of DSP that looks like this, and another card stock piece of shaded spruce. So these pieces of DSP are exactly the same, as you can see. So they just get flipped over that way or that way. So it doesn't matter how you put them on. One goes there and one goes on the other piece. So the best place to start for this one will be, let's get this DSP glued onto this loose cardstock piece. So we're going to glue it on. Again, use your glue runner or the liquid glue and get it glued on. It will have an edge around it. All the way around, a nice edge like that. Okay, just set that to the side. I'm going to glue this other piece on the other triangle. So again, you're going to put glue on here like that. And again, there'll be an edge all the way around it. The beauty of this liquid glue is you can move it a little bit till you get it where you want it, like that. Then you're actually going to glue this triangle to this triangle so that they're going to be pieced and it'll be connected. So what you need to do is, what I find the easiest is to put my triangle right on my card base, line it up like that. So it's lined up at the bottom and it's lined up at the side. And close your card like that. Okay, so then you know that you just want some glue at the bottom. And again, you can use your glue runner for this if you need to. And we want it to go all the way to the corner. So you just have to kind of play with it a little bit till you see where you are with it. Sorry, I'm moving it around. Just want to make sure it's still straight. So I got some glue sticking out of there. No worries. Okay, and you're going to glue that down. So now it's one piece. All right. There it is. Okay, so this is a different card. This is called a faux pocket card. I like the look of that. All right, then we can glue in this piece. I thought that green looked nice behind all of this. The other piece is red snowflakes, doesn't look as nice. I always think that's funny that that's like that. So I'm going to put glue on this piece. And stick it right in. The inside of your card. Again, there'll be a bit of a space around all edges. Like that. This white piece that's got the scalloped edge is for writing on. So what I thought looked good is, I won't put it in yet, but it's going to be hidden behind your tags like this on the front. All right, so once we get this in here sort of centered, then we'll put your white piece in. So I'm not going to glue that just yet. So these two silly looking snowmen get glued onto your white snowy piece. and just center them. They fit nicely in this rectangle, like that. Give them a minute to set, actually. Because this is embossed, it might be a little tricky to get them to set down there, okay? And then you want to just, I think we'll pop them up on dimensionals, because I think they're really cute, and they deserve to be popped up. So we just want the dimensionals on these bottom corners. So I'm going to flip it over. Just along the bottom, I'm going to put my dimensionals. 1, 2, 3. Take the backings off. And now I'm going to stick him onto here, and I want him centered, and you can sort of line him up with your plaid because that's an easy way to do it. There, just like that. I will open it to make sure there's no dimensional showing. Nope, looks good on the other side. Okay, now we can glue our white piece in for our writing on, and it goes that way, and then you don't see it. So what I did is I just lined it up to the bottom of the designer series paper. And center it again. And this will be your place for writing. Or if you had stamps that you wanted to stamp on, you could have done that. And you also have 2 pieces of greenery here, which I've given you. And you also have a label. Now I've stamped my label. If you're not doing any stamping, then you don't need to use it. But I put Merry Christmas on mine. And I thought it looked good about there. And I thought that I might use the greenery. Where might I use the greenery? This greenery made me think of the greenery that's on his hat. I thought that was cute. And I think I might put it onto my label like that. So I might do that first. Now, if you're not using a label, you can put your greenery wherever you like. You could put it onto this if you wanted, like that. You could put it, I would put it on the red as opposed to the green. It doesn't really show up on the green. You could use it on the inside of your card. You could use the pieces on the inside if you'd like to do that. That would look good also. Really good on the inside. So whatever you decide. Okay, I'm going to put mine on my label. So it's going to look like this. So if you have stamps, or you made an appointment to come and stamp with me, then you have a label done already, or you can do yours. So I'm going to just put a little bit of glue there, because I don't want it to be glued down. I want it to give it some movement. So just a little bit of glue on the bottom of these. Like that. And then I'm going to put this, I guess I have to watch that it doesn't stick over the edge, but I thought I could put it like that. Perfect. So I'm just going to glue mine down. You could put it up in dimensionals if you wanted. And I'm using the lines of my plaid paper to get it straight here. That's beauty of plaid. Nice. All right, there we go. There's our finished card. That was easy. And it opens like that, leaving you lots of room to write your greeting. All right, so faux pocket card, that one's called. So we'll put that over to the side. The other one that you got in your kit looks like this. And all the pieces are the same idea, so they'll go together the same way. You've got, this time it's the blue, and there's your inside piece. There's a piece for this side, There's a piece for this side. You'll look at the other sides and you'll know why you're not using them. Okay, and it goes together the same way. There's your white piece for the inside. You'll have a blank label like that. Unless you came and stamped with me, you might have the words on it. And this one is this cute snowman, and he gets glued onto here. And then this can be put up on dimensionals, and it will also hide your white. I haven't got it low enough here. Your white would be down here, so you won't see it. And then your Merry Christmas, and I included a snowflake, so that can go in there, however you like. All right, so that's the 2 faux pocket cards. And that was card kit number 1. So we've got that card put together and that one, and then you would have the other 2 to put together on your own. If you have any questions, please contact me. I'll try to answer as many as I can, and I hope that went together fairly easily for you, and you can always stop the video and go back and watch it again to see how to put things together if it was a little confusing. Hope you have fun putting them together, everybody, and have a great day.